Liam ROSENIOR just got fired, right? I know everybody must be happy. If you're a Chelsea fan, you're definitely happy because results haven't been really going our way, and we've been looking for things to happen. But now him getting fired, what really does that mean? Because I can tell you for a fact, this feel like 2023 all over again. Now, for you that have been supporting Chelsea like that hard, you've been following everything that is going on. The moment I said 2023, you already know what I'm talking about. We sacked Thomas Tuchel. We brought in Graham Potter. You can see where I'm going with this. And then we brought in Frank Lampard. The moment we sacked Thomas Tuchel, everything after that just went down, right? Now, that is not to say when we had Thomas Tuchel, we wasn't going through a bad spell. The matter of fact, when we had him, we were going through a bad spell. We lost our Champions League game against one team that we don't even know what they call. Now, same nothing with Maresca. And then they brought in Graham Potter, the yes guy. Everybody love it. Everybody enjoy what he's saying. He's saying every single thing, the right thing, pretty much. We were not happy with that, and the result was not going away. And in 2023, I think Chelsea might have finished around 15th place or so, right? Which for Chelsea, that's pretty embarrassing. If you're a Chelsea fan, that's pretty embarrassing for the caliber of club, that Chelsea is. That's beyond worse. And we are going through the exact same thing again. Now, ROSENIOR is out because they just fired him. Who are we going for right now? They definitely have to bring in somebody. Now we're looking at what's his name, McFinley, the guy that was the interim manager for the two games that after we sacked, I said Graham Potter or Maresca. It's the same guy. But now, where do Chelsea go from here? Because sacking ROSENIOR, now, is it the answer? It's part of the answer to the problem we're going through right now. Because reports saying that half of the big names player in the squad, right, don't really believe in ROSENIOR no more. And you could see that in the way they play. And you could even see that ROSENIOR himself, right, kind of lost faith in his own ability to understand. Now, his last interview, he was throwing player under the bus, right? And now you come out with it, and reports also saying that he's giving way too much information and the player is struggling to understand what really he wants from them. And that's the difference between, what's it called, like top tier manager that know what they're doing with experience and all of the thing. Because if you watch the interview that Jorginho did, right, with, what's his name, Rio, he said something about Thomas Tuchel, right? He said when Thomas Tuchel came in, the instruction were pretty simple. There wasn't too much. There wasn't overload of instruction, right? The A was just simple as it can be. Then the following season, before he actually started to implement what he really wanted to implement. But when he first came in, it's how we can face the current problem. Because if you look at that Chelsea squad that he had at the time, it was the combination of experience and what's it called, youngster. You had the missing man. You had Rich James that was pretty young at this time as well. And the list goes on and on. Trevor Chalobah was also part of that squad. You see all of that. But Frank Lampard couldn't manage that. So it's not just about having an experienced player and a youngster combined. It's also having a manager that knows what they're doing. So sacking ROSENIOR right now, right, is good. But who else we going to go bring in? Are we just going to go in? I'm hearing names like Areola. I can be honest with you. I don't want to see Areola at this club. Areola is not an upgrade for me. For where we're trying to go and what we're trying to achieve as Chelsea, right? Areola is not an upgrade for me. I do not want to see Areola at this club. Now, there are other links like Nagelsmann, right? I'm keen towards Nagelsmann, and I'm interested to see where this will go, right? With Nagelsmann. But Areola, on the other hand, I am not. I can promise you right now. Listen, don't get me wrong. What he's doing at, what's his name? Brentford? No, Bournemouth. Good. He's doing good. And for that level at Bournemouth, that's good. It's okay to do stuff like that at Bournemouth. It's okay. But at Chelsea, that's not what we're looking for. I do not want Areola. Now, go get me Nagelsmann. If you can't get me Nagelsmann, I'm telling you right now, I will take Thomas Tuchel back right now. Because this squad, right, scream for people like them. The Nagelsmann, the Thomas Tuchel, you bring in people with experience. People have experience, not just experience, but also know what they're doing. Because that way the player can trust them, can build confidence. They can build that confidence together. And I think that's one of the problems they had when they sacked Maresca, because they and Maresca went through it together. They want things together, and that kind of build confidence. It build trust between the player and the coach. Now they listen to Maresca when Maresca talk. Right? Even though result was not going the way it was going, but they did listen to Maresca and they respected Maresca as compared to ROSENIOR. You can see there isn't much of a respect there. So bring in a manager that the players will respect, that can be able to handle the like of Enzo Fernandez, the like of Cucurella, what's his name, Cole Palmer, Rich James, and the list goes on. And not even Ja Pedro is in the midst. We have somebody like Esteva. Now, we're talking about going in for experience. That does not settle it. The problem is beyond that. The Chelsea owner not just need to tweak the model, right? They need to change the model. Bringing in experience does not end this. It doesn't. I can promise you, you can bring in couple. It depends on who you go for, but you can bring in couple experienced player. If you do not get the proper manager that you need to get this job done, right? We will bring in experience with the current player that we have, and we will still get the same result we have. Now, remember, I mentioned Frank Lampard earlier. When he was at Chelsea, his very first spell, that entire squad was the mix of experience and youngster, but Frank Lampard also failed. That was why Thomas Tuchel came in. So having experience in the squad does not mean everything's going to go well. You need to get the proper manager, the guy that can get the job done. Now, I'm telling you, get me Nagelsmann, I'll be okay. Get me Thomas Tuchel after the World Cup, I will also be okay with it. Because this particular squad right now is screaming for somebody like that. It's screaming for people like Tuchel. We need them. We need the Tuchel, the Nagelsmann. We need a top tier manager. We honestly do, to be able to build something here. Because right now, let me tell you this: our faith in the owners as fans, right? This thing is close to nothing. I don't think I have any faith in the owners right now. Nothing. The only thing that will possibly change right now, right? We get the Champions League football. We win the FA Cup. Now, even with that, that does not really change my faith in them. But what I'm saying is that if we get those things, then maybe we can be able to get the proper manager that we want. Because that for somebody that Tuchel, I think even if we don't get our Champions League football and we go for him, we might get him to come to the club. We need somebody that can actually come in to build something. And right now, whatever we have is not it. It is not it. And now I'm hearing that, they come to the conclusion that they have made a couple mistakes. You've been making mistakes since, and everybody been seeing that the owner's been making mistakes. Every single individual can see that the Chelsea owners were making mistakes. Not just with the youngsters, the way the model is set up, the fact that you're trying to interfere with every single thing the manager is doing. You cannot do that. Anybody that have somewhat of self-respect for themselves, right? As much as you appreciate help in terms of doing your job, you also appreciate the fact that they gave you the freedom to be able to do your job the way you want to do your job, right? Get it done without people hovering around you. Basically, that's what they're doing to every single manager that comes in. You want to control every single details there is to consider. To control. Now you have, let's say, if you bring in a top tier manager, let them do what they can do. Done. And you also take care of the things that you can take care of. If you the scouting, the managerial in terms of controlling the club and all of that, the business aspect of the club, handle that. Thank you. And let the manager manage the club. Let him coach. That's what you hire him for. Instead of trying to control every single thing, trying to tell them what to do, how to do their job, what we do it. All of that need to change. So that also is part of the mistake. It's not just the signing of young players. It's not just the signing of Rosenior. All of that little, is extend beyond that, and they need to quit it. If you bring in a manager, let the brother coach. Whoever he is, let him coach. Let him do his job. Thank you. I see it, right? Because when they hired Rosenior, I told somebody, Rosenior is going to get fired. Before Maresca got fired, I said Maresca was going to get fired. Now, whoever they bring in again, if the particular system or model continues, they will also get fired. It has nothing to do with the manager. It's not the case that they are terrible. Now, that some of them they bring in, they're just absolutely terrible and trash, right? But now you see manager walk away from a club like Chelsea. Pochettino walk away. Maresca walked away. Now you seeing that happen. It has nothing to do with that philosophy or the fact that they can do it. It's because the owners are doing a whole bunch of things wrong. You cannot control every single thing. That's overbearing for anyone. Please, whoever you bring in next, let him coach. That way, if it doesn't work out, you want to fire him, good. But now, if you're telling him what to do, now you're more worried about, how much you can make from each player, their value increasing. What's your problem here? Is that what you care about? Because now I can tell you this, if the right manager is in and the right thing is happening, you do not have to worry about the value of a player. It will increase. If Chelsea winning trophy right now, even if we have somebody on that team that play at least 5 games the entire season, if we get them for 10 million, we can offload them for maybe 40 million because they are part of a winning squad, a squad that people will appreciate that experience that they gather from being in that squad, and we can even sell them for that, even though they're not playing that much game. So if the right thing is happening and everything is going the way it's supposed to go, these are little things that you don't have to worry about. They just fall into place. It just happen. But if not, those are the things you get. Now you have to worry about these little details. You have to, we signed them for this much money. And then it's like players coming in, going out. As much as we can look at the managers, we also have to stop with that. Let there be consistency. Now look at the Madrid squad that won the Champions League 3 times in a row. You can, if I ask anybody right now, they can tell me the starting 11. It will be possibly the same starting 11, right? Or at least maybe a couple changes, 1-2 players, but at least 9 of them, right, would be the same. That's what we're talking about, consistency. The exact same people. So the manager is the same thing, and it's the same manager that went with it. So it's like there isn't much of a change being done here. You need that, because otherwise, every single year or every single time, the manager have to re-explain his philosophy. He have to re-explain things, because there are a whole bunch of people that he was using that he got used to. Now they all out, and you have to repeat every single thing that he said, what's it called, last season, to a whole new bunch of people. It's becoming a problem. So Rosenior is out. Good. That's a step forward. Now, who do we go for? Don't get me an Areola. Don't go get me some mediocre coach. Listen, I'm not saying Areola is mediocre. No, but I don't want Areola. Areola is not the answer right now, because Areola comes in, he'll just be another scapegoat. Please bring in. Now, the only way they can tell me, okay, we are with you, we are with the fans, and we have the same objective and we have the same idea as the fans, is when they go and get in a proper and elite manager and let him come in and be the coach that everyone wants him to be, right? Let him just come and be the coach. Nobody's doing anything. Nobody's interfering with any single thing. The man himself just remain the coach. Now, it can be the club. I don't think he's going to be him. Like I said, the Tuchels, the Nagelsmann, these people, if he can bring them, right, and let them coach and don't interfere with anything, we appreciate it. But listen, thank you very much for watching. See you in the next video. Don't forget to hit the like, hit the subscribe. Thank you. Adios.